Silence your cell phones now.
I got you.
Frank, get it.
Hold on.
Come on.
I got it.
Frank.
I don't got it.
No. For goodness sake, just leave me alone. That was a disaster.
Didn't go the way I planned.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei and place to be. Children, Mr. A&D back to you guys on the movie experience here for the newest Disney Plus movie, well, newest Disney movie that's going to be on Disney Plus Premier Access and theaters. That is Dwayne Johnson's new movie, Jungle Cruise. Now, to give some background to Jungle Cruise is a ride, I think, down at Universal Studios or Disney World. I've never been to either. My wife has been to Disney World, Universal Studios more, and I know Disney tries to capitalize on their rides, like when it comes to Jungle Cruise or Pirates of the Caribbean or Tomorrowland. Those are like big rides they have. So just to give you experience, there's some things that happen in this movie that I know a lot of my friends said, well, you had to have been on Jungle Cruise to appreciate that part of the movie. And I was like, okay, I get it now. So I just want to give that disclaimer first off. So we got a kind of like a family fun adventure of The Rock and Emily Blunt sitting there looking for this magical tree that has the power of these healing powers, which can make a lot of great medicine to help heal the world type thing. But we do got some villains on the tail as they run into different kind of threats and supernatural threats on the way through the Amazon. So I was like, okay, cool. So we got like a mixture of the Mummy with the Brenda Fraser Mummy, not the Tom Cruise Mummy, Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones kind of things going on here. So all movies that, some are guilty pleasure, but I kind of like those movies. So I'm gonna give you guys the good, I'm gonna give you guys the bad, and I'm also gonna give you guys the experience. So starting off with the good. All right, well, the good in this is I think The Rock and Emily Blunt have some great chemistry together. Even though I feel as though sometimes the movie can fall from around them, The Rock and Emily Blunt have good chemistry together. I saw that when I was reacting to the trailers. And even when I saw it, I was like, yo, I'm probably the only one who really wants to see Jungle Cruise, to be honest with you. And the thing while I was watching, I was like, okay, this is why I wanted to see it, because The Rock and Emily Blunt in this kind of movie do have a good chemistry going on with it. There also is a villain in there played by Jesse Plemons. I swear, this man was born to be hated. Okay, only in cinema, because he is he's a villain. I was like, every time I see him, I'm like, okay, but he's pretty good in his role, like he is in any one of his roles when he plays the villain. So I enjoyed it. There was a lot of supernatural elements that went on into it. A lot of the scenes looked really good because it had a nice little blend of prosthetics and live action and CGI. I thought all that very well together. And like I said, it's a good family friendly movie. So you can sit down with your kids, like I have kids. You sit down and see it with it. There are parts that, like when the action's hitting and the story is being revved up, the kids going to enjoy that part. But then when we stop like that dialogue, we get hard stops too. That's probably when the kids get tuned out of it. But as I'm into story stuff like that. But with every good movie, there comes some bad. So let's go out with the bad, shall we? Remember how I said that Jesse Plemons was good as the villain? Well, then they also insert this other villain in the movie, which I was like, we're going into the Amazing Spider-Man 2 territory where you're just putting so many villains in the movie and it's being bloated. And that's one thing I had with this movie. There was this other villain guy that was in there. I felt as though he did not need to be in there. He was introduced in the beginning. We get some plot in the middle of the movie, and I was like, this is just taking up too much of the screen time. It's just blowing the movie to the point where it didn't need to be, because also another failed thing is the movie's too long. The movie's like literally 2 hours and 10 minutes. This is a Disney movie, right? A Disney movie coming in at 2 hours and 10 minutes. I said, yeah, no, this could have been an hour. It could have been an average Disney movie, like an hour and 45 minutes. Let's say, an hour, 90 minutes, you look towards like either a bad movie or not. But no, an hour, 45 minutes would have made this thing cool. But having that 2 hours and 10 minutes, I'm like, bruh, that we in Marvel superhero or action movie territory when we hit that 2 hour mark. So I think they could have dialed that back a lot also. But it also goes for my experience. So here goes my experience. The experience was cool. I ordered it on Disney Plus Premier Access. I like the Premier Access stuff, even though we know the Scarlett Johansson, a lot of things that's been happening with the Premier Access has not been good stuff. But once again, for somebody in my situation, I'm not able to just jump up and go to the movies like I want to, especially what happened recently in my life. I'm not able to just get up and jump and go to the movies. And every time I want to watch a movie every single weekend, especially when money is tight right now. Because every weekend I was like, well, we gotta go, we gotta see this, and I just pay for a ticket. And like I said, this channel does not focus strictly on movie reviews. I don't get invited to any of the streamers or stuff like that unless a friend invites me, something like that. So I just gotta pay out of pocket like an average Joe. So, but the premiere access, it was fine. You sit there, watch it with a family. So when it comes to Jungle Cruise, I'm going to give Jungle Cruise a hashtag, give it a chance. You know, I thought, like I said, it wasn't no catch at the barbershop. I mean, it wasn't that low, but it wasn't no Nerdgasm either. It's like right there in the middle. Hashtag give it a chance. I think it's a good family movie, and I think there's like certain parts, especially in the beginning. If you guys have did the Jungle Cruise ride, you guys will appreciate it more, as some friends told me. So post any comments down below. How did you guys enjoy Jungle Cruise? Did you watch as a family or not? Are you a premiere access person like I am, or do you guys go to the theater to see it? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more movie experience reviews right here on NC Studios every single weekend, even though this one is late. So once again, it's NC and place to be. Children, Mr. A&D, and I'll see you at the movies.